This is Carolina in the Morning on Fox Wilmington. Streaming live on foxwilmington.com.
Good morning, and thanks for joining us for Carolina in the Morning on Fox Wilmington. I'm Kim Ratcliffe.
I'm Bob Bonner. This morning, investigators continue to look into Sunday's deadly mass shooting that took place in Orlando, Florida. At this point, the death toll remains at 50. 53 others remain critically wounded.
All after police say one man began shooting and taking hostages early on Sunday. The FBI now says the gunman, who was eventually killed by police, pledged allegiance to ISIS.
This morning, Fox News correspondent Caroline Shively is in Orlando monitoring the very latest developments.
As the investigation continues into the worst mass shooting in U.S. history, we are learning more about the man police say is responsible.
When he would get in his tempers, he would express hate toward things, toward everything.
Mentally unstable. That's how 29-year-old Omar Mateen's ex-wife describes the man police say carried out a deadly shooting rampage inside Pulse nightclub, popular with members of Orlando's gay community. She claims her former husband was bipolar, had a history with steroids, and regularly beat her.
He started abusing me physically very often.
This, as Mateen's father is also speaking to the media.
We provided for him love and care. I know it is not a religion issue in this matter, and for sure, because I was watching Omar.
However, he does claim his son recently got angry when he saw two men kissing in Miami. Meanwhile, as victims continue to be identified, survivors are sharing their stories.
Hearing the first or two boom boom, but at the beginning, everybody, I guess, we thought it was part of the music that was really loud.
The FBI says Mateen did refer to ISIS in a 911 call on Sunday, but so far investigators have found no direct communication between him and ISIS members overseas. In Orlando, I'm Caroline Shively, Fox News.
North Carolina Governor Pat McCrory releasing a statement offering his condolences to those killed in the shooting. That it reads in part, the shooting that occurred in Orlando was a tragedy and something that should never take place in our country. Those who died were innocent victims of an inexcusable act of violence. My prayers go out to the victims' families as well as to Mayor Buddy Dyer and the city of Orlando as they try to comprehend this tragic event. Also in that statement, Mr. McCrory saying he reached out to Florida's Governor Rick Scott to offer any assistance the state of North Carolina can provide.
Theater World is also honoring the victims of the Orlando tragedy. The Tony Awards dedicated last night's ceremony to them. And the Opera House Theater Company right here in Wilmington dedicated their performance Sunday night of Monty Python's Spamalot to the victims. The company released a statement saying, in part, Opera House Theater Company has always and will always welcome and support everyone. You can read their full statement on our website, foxwilmington.com.
And the city of Orlando releasing the names of the victims who lost their lives after their families are notified. This list just moments ago is expanded now to 23. It's being posted on the city's website. It'll be updated as more of those victims continue to be identified.
And as information continued to unfold in Orlando, an armed man was arrested as he made his way to a gay pride parade in Southern California. When authorities arrested James Howell, they found 3 assault rifles, high-capacity magazines and ammunition, and chemicals that could make an explosive device. Howell told police he was on his way to the LA Pride Parade, but he did not say what he intended to do there. The FBI says Howell has no connection to the deadly shooting in Orlando. He was recently on probation in Indiana for misdemeanor intimidation charges, that incident involving a gun. Bob Townsend standing by in the Live Alert Center. Bob.
And that's what we're doing, standing by right now. Kim, waiting for a news conference to begin with the city of Orlando scheduled to hold that, and police scheduling another news conference a short while from now, about 7:30. As Bob says, the list now of those have been identified. Of the 50 that were killed at the Pulse nightclub, that list now increased up to 23 with their families being notified. Of course, we're waiting for that news conference to happen. First, the city's conference, and then the police departments. And when they take place, we'll monitor those, try to dip into some of those news conferences to glean any new information we can this morning and share that with you. Right now, though, let's go back to the studio and check in with Gannon and look at the forecast.
All right, you got it, Bob. Time now for a first look at your forecast in this half hour. And we'll start with the here and now. Our Ocean Isle Beach Cam looking right this morning in the Brunswick Islands. South into Long Bay, blue skies, just a little bit of cirrus, a little bit of summery haze, but less haze, less humidity. That's an important factor in the forecast for today versus yesterday because we've got a north wind for most day parts. So that'll hook us up with that slightly lower humidity type air. And temperatures will not be a runaway train with the north breezes as well. We've got 70s for the first part of your day, including right now if you're about to step outside. Your lunch hour and into the afternoon, yeah, string of 80s, but as opposed to the mid and upper 90s we felt yesterday, and really with the heat index felt like more than 100. None of that nonsense in the forecast for today. Mid and upper 80s should do it for highs right in the middle of your afternoon. Once again, back to the here and now. Your step outside temperatures as cool as 69 degrees in Kenansville, officially in the port city, 75, Southport and Oak Island there as well. I'll have your full 7-day forecast coming up in a few. Kim and Bob, back to you.
All right, Ganna, we'll see you in a bit. You know, some people from our area will actually have to have some sweet dreams here for a little while.
Of course, and that's all thanks to the charity of a popular home store. Carolina in the Morning's Victoria Huggins is joining us live right now. Victoria, where did the charity deliver all of this bedroom furniture?
Well, Bob and Kim, it was all smiles at Defy Gravity yesterday. While the children from Brunswick, Pender, and New Hanover counties had a couple of hours to bounce and enjoy a morning of fun before getting a new bed. Ashley Home Store and their charity Hope to Dream gives new beds, and they gave them Sunday to 30 underprivileged kids. Folks from Ashley Home Store said the charity was inspired by the importance of a good night's sleep. And some of the moms said it's nice that people still care about their children.
It's meant a lot to me. It's nice to know that there's people out there that still care about kids, that they're concerned about them sleeping well. That's a very, very important thing for kids to grow, for kids to think appropriate. They need to be able to get a good night's sleep.
And through their Hope to Dream charity, Ashley Home Store has given hundreds of beds to kids in need. Back to you.
Thanks, Victoria. New this morning, authorities on the lookout for the person that robbed a business in Carolina Beach. The robbery took place Sunday night at Surfside Lodge on Carolina Beach Avenue North. Officials say the robber did have a gun. No one was hurt. A description of the robber has not been released at this time.
This morning, we're also getting the identity of a person killed in a car accident here in our area. And today, the driver is expected to appear in court. That accident happened Saturday night at the Cape Boulevard off Carolina Beach Road. Officials say a Dodge Ram hit a dump truck that was parked along the roadway there. The passenger of the car was killed. The driver, Christopher Humbert, suffered minor injuries. Authorities do say, though, Humbert also ran away from the scene there, but police were able to catch up with him. He's now facing several charges, including felony death by vehicle as well as DWI. He's in jail under more than a $150,000 bond.
Another tragic accident in our area. A woman from Columbus County killed this weekend after being thrown from her vehicle. It happened just east of Tabor City Saturday afternoon on Reynolds Road. The driver, Sierra Neese from Cerro Gordo. Law enforcement officers say Neese lost control of her car and hit a ditch. She was not wearing a seatbelt at the time of the accident.
Happening this morning, the murder trial of Nachit Porter will continue in Pender County. A trial postponed last week due to an unexpected death in the judge's family. Porter facing two separate murder charges, one for the death of Bryant Grant in 2012, and he's also accused of killing Obadiah Hester while on pretrial release for that crime. Hester was also a witness in that case.
We're at 8 minutes after 7 o'clock right now, checking traffic conditions for you around the Wilmington area. This is 3rd Street near the Isabel Holmes Bridge and looking toward the downtown Wilmington area. You can see some light traffic, no accidents to report right now, so some good news, and there's also no scheduled bridge openings for today either. Heading over now to the intersection of Carolina Beach Road and Piner. Light traffic here as well. Everything running smoothly for your Monday morning so far. That's a look at your First Alert traffic.